This is Pavas Mehra. We are present here today at Pareto Securities' 10th annual healthcare conference. We have more than 40 companies presenting and about 300 investors present here during the day. And with me right now I have the CEO of Index Pharma, Peter Zerhouni. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you very much.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about Index Pharma and what you're working on?
Yes, so Index is a drug development company, and our foremost asset is called cobitolimod, and we're developing it for moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. And we're in a very exciting period here because just last Tuesday we announced positive phase 2b data. So it's really
exciting times ahead.
Exciting times.
So could you give us some context on what ulcerative colitis is, just in short?
Ulcerative colitis is an inflammatory bowel disease. It's a chronic inflammation of the colon that leads to the typical symptoms of very frequent blood and mucus mixed diarrhea. So basically your colon becomes like a big ulcer, bleeding. So it's a very debilitating disease.
Yeah, it's actually very difficult to live with. We've discussed this earlier, but so this is like a disease typical to more than Western countries, is that correct? And what do you think is the background to that?
This disease is most prevalent in the Western world, but it's growing in the developing world. Or, I mean, we see Eastern Europe, we see China really growing fast, while in the Western world it has kind of plateaued. It used to grow here as well, but the last couple of years it has plateaued. Why is that? We see other autoimmune or immune-mediated diseases are also more common here. So something in our lives, is it that we have it so clean, or we eat differently, or it's very much related to GDP growth. So
that's interesting. So if you look a little more forward, out of an investor perspective, are there any specific events that the investors should be on the lookout for? You mentioned that you had some phase 2b results recently. Are there any other things on the agenda?
Yeah, so we just received the top-line results from this phase 2b study. So we now need to deep dive into the full data set, which will be available in a couple of weeks, I think. And then we need to go to the regulators and discuss what a phase 3 program would look like. And we have set, from a strategic point of view, our next step is to really prepare this for phase 3. So we're advancing towards phase 3, and we have a long to-do list of meeting the regulators, manufacturing study drug, selecting CRO, etc. And with this plan, we could have the first patient in second half of next year in a phase 3 program. In parallel, we are evaluating what the best approach to commercialization would be. So we want to keep the control of our own destiny, so we're designing a program, tentative program, that we could handle as Index, but of course we're also talking to potential partners.
Okay, so probably like a commercialization phase, maybe together with other international pharma company.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, all right. So thank you very much for the great introduction, and thank you for being here today, and we're looking forward to following Index ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much.